Because I heard he could really play.
No. He can't even be Shakur.
He can't What's Shakur lied to you?
You lost. I seen the videos.
You ain't see my video.
Oh, I didn't.
Exactly.
I just see the video.
Exactly. What would happen? Exactly.
Boxing, he's definitely talented. You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing.
He will KLLU. Terence Crawford confronts Devin Haney and drops a chilling warning about Shakur Stevenson. Fight finally settle. Who's the best fighter of this generation? Down every skill, jab, and strategy that could decide the winner. Watching from Philadelphia, New York, or somewhere else around the world. Get to like, subscribe, and share our channel to stay updated with the latest boxing.
But Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they said the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done, so it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is world champion.
Terence Crawford stirred up debate after approaching Haney and speaking openly about Shakur Stevenson. He made it clear that Stevenson's high-level defensive skills make him a serious threat, warning that anyone who overlooks him could end up facing major trouble in future fights.
Your little brother, you know what I'm saying, Shakur, that's the fight. Everybody want to see that. That's the 50-50, I think, you know what I'm saying? I've been saying 50-50. I told both of them that. That's a toss-up to me. No bias. Don't just say that because you're a man. Who you got winning that?
I got Shakur. People may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they said the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Crawford said that a lot of boxers, Haney included, seem reluctant to step in the ring with Shakur Stevenson, calling him a very tough and intimidating challenge for anyone.
You're here for your little brother this week, in Shakur Stevenson. I've interviewed both of you for years, and you really have kind of built a relationship that a lot of people know about. Some people maybe don't. How good is Shakur Stevenson in your opinion?
He's not good, he's great. And I think tomorrow the world will take notice of how great he is. There's a reason why certain fighters didn't want to take the chance to step in the ring with this fighter. He's great. A lot of people started saying, oh, he's a runner, he's this, he's that. Just to detour people from being excited to see him fight because he's not knocking people out and all that crazy stuff. But they will see why people really don't want to get in the ring with him come tomorrow.
I know you've shared the ring with him, sparring plenty of times. What makes Shakur Stevenson great? What makes him different? What makes him, I don't want to say an ilk of yourself, but in the same kind of era, the Bud Crawford era, he's got a Shakur Stevenson era going.
Everything. The offense, the defense, the poise, the rhythm, the distance, the timing, punch placement, the react time. Like, I can go on and on. You know, the toughness, the grit, the grind. Like, he's amazing. You know, and tomorrow he will show it.
How do you think it ends tomorrow night? Do you believe that Shakur Stevenson can stop Teofimo Lopez? Because people aren't really talking about that.
Listen, if T.O. get out of line, you know, he can get hurt. But I see Shakur outboxing him to a decision, a unanimous decision.
Bud recognizes Shakur Stevenson's outstanding ability, highlighting his smart approach, refined technique, and deep understanding of the sport. He views Stevenson as a boxer who blends careful planning with accurate execution, which makes him a dangerous and widely respected force inside the ring.
When I'm in there with Shakur, you know, it's a chess match, you know, because Shakur is a thinking man as well. So it's definitely a chess match, and you know, that's something that, you know, I love, he loved, because now we gotta be creative. We gotta be, you know, we gotta go in that bag and be like, man, I can't do this with him because it's not gonna work. So now I gotta get more creative to get a little advantage over him because we both competitive. Neither one of us want to let the other one get anything off. So, you know, that's probably what he alluded.
Devin Haney firmly stated that he intends to face Shakur Stevenson, stressing that the fight is far too important to ignore. He pointed to the huge money involved and said fans are calling for the showdown.
Your name without saying Shakur to your female tank, right? It just is what it is. Is that fight going to ever happen? Would it ever happen against you and Shakur?
100%, yeah. I think so. I think it.
You think Shakur will grow into whatever weight
Yeah,
you're
I
in?
mean, all of us is close to the same size.
size.
You know, we're all growing together. We're all like, you know, getting bigger. Well, so, and it's only so many guys, like y'all said. It's only so many guys that we can make big money and people want to see the fights. Which, even though I know that they making new guys, it's guys like Kermel, Abdullah, all these guys want to come up too. So eventually they gonna be there too. But yeah, no, I think that a fight with Shakur is very much possible. We tried to make it happen a while back, but you never know. I think that it could.
On a recent podcast, Shakur Stevenson and Terence Crawford touched on Devin Haney, talking about respect, rivalry, and how they view their careers. Shakur made it clear that he's ready to face anyone placed in front of him, including elite fighters such as Haney.
Fight whoever they put in front of me.
What about Devin Haney?
Whoever they put in.
Still, talks between top-level fighters are rarely simple. They usually involve debates over purse percentages, TV deals, promotional interests, and, as history has shown, how much risk management teams are willing to take compared to the reward. Stevenson has openly said he only wants matchups that align with his financial targets and long-term plans, which could be one reason the Haney fight hasn't been finalized. Some people believe the holdup isn't about fear from either side, but about both teams pushing for terms that benefit them. In major showdowns like this, that's often how it goes.
I try to be real careful on what I say.
True. This has got Jay on Twitter. He a big Haney fan. He be always clipping and changing stuff, Jay.
Yeah, they gonna make a narrative as if like I'm scared of. I think Devin's a tremendous fighter. Do I think Devin Haney can beat me? Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm on a different level than everybody.
Yeah.
And when it comes down to boxing, because Devin, he's a boxer. It's not like he's a...
Crawford's connection with Shakur Stevenson reaches further than simple remarks. Throughout the years, he has consistently applauded Stevenson's refined technique and sharp ring IQ. He has also said Stevenson stands out because he can adapt to changing styles during a fight. When critics question his cautious, thinking approach, Terence Crawford supports him, saying boxing means landing punches while avoiding them, a belief linked to greats like Muhammad Ali.
Shakur, ain't nobody beat Shakur. I'm saying Shakur beat everybody. It don't matter who it is, Shakur beating them, so it don't matter. Shakur over everybody. That's how it's gonna be. Man, that boy's special. That boy's special, man. Shakur is, you know what I mean, one of a kind, you know what I mean? He adapt to every fighter, and then once he adapt to you, it's a long.
Floyd Mayweather has often praised Shakur Stevenson, frequently highlighting his smart tactics and ring awareness. Although Mayweather hasn't directly called Stevenson the top fighter in his division, he has consistently noted the young boxer's standout skill. When comparing fighters in the same weight class, Mayweather labeled Gervonta "Tank" Davis as the hardest hitter, but he recognized Stevenson as the more polished and technically skilled athlete. Put simply, Davis brings raw, knockout power, while Stevenson shows accuracy, defense, and solid boxing fundamentals. The same traits Mayweather built his career on. Mayweather's admiration for Stevenson stretches back years. Even when Stevenson was just starting out, Mayweather reportedly saw exceptional talent in him. He supposedly told Stevenson that he had the potential to achieve something special, hinting that if anyone could ever challenge or even surpass some of his records, it might be Stevenson. His respect has been steady, based on observing Stevenson's skill, discipline, and smart approach to boxing.
You got guys fighting
between 130, 135, and 140. They stack, around that area. So, I mean, as of right now,
skills that pay the bills.
Well, the two guys, well, the biggest puncher, I feel, at the 135 would probably be Gervonta Tank Davis. But the most skillful fighter at 135 will be hands down Shakur Stevenson.
And what is it about him? Because I know he have a lot of good attributes, but do you think he has enough power to sustain?
Well, it's really all about skills. Pernell Whitaker wasn't a huge puncher, but he was, very exciting, very tough, and he fought everybody. And Shakur is trying to do the same thing. He want to fight the best they got out.
Devin Haney is focused on proving that he belongs at the top of boxing's elite and knows that a lasting legacy comes from facing the toughest challengers. Instead of protecting his perfect record, Haney has openly expressed interest in taking on the best, particularly Shakur Stevenson, a fight many fans see as defining this era. This matchup isn't just about belts, it's about respect, pride, and showing who is the most complete fighter of their generation. Haney believes that a victory over an undefeated and highly skilled opponent like Stevenson would quiet those who doubt his greatness. Beyond legacy, the fight carries huge financial stakes and worldwide attention, making it one of the most eagerly awaited showdowns in modern boxing. Even other top fighters continue to push for big matches with Haney, highlighting his role as a key figure in the division and confirming that he's one of the sport's most important and marketable stars today.
Those fights are not possible. Would you be more inclined just to move up to 140?
Yeah, if I can't get those fights next or it doesn't make sense for it to be next, I'll probably go to 140, test it out, see how I feel at the weight at 140, and then when the time is right, then I'll defend my belt at 135. We'll just see though. I gotta go back and talk with the team and see what makes the most sense. That's really all.
Speculation about a potential fight between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson continues to grow, but significant hurdles still stand in the way of the matchup actually happening. Despite this, both fighters remain in top condition, consistently demonstrating the discipline, preparation, and skill that make them extremely tough opponents. Their recent performances, along with undefeated records, highlight their reliability and professionalism at the highest level of boxing. Haney has openly called out Stevenson, making it clear that he's ready to face him in the ring. His statements show confidence and a willingness to pursue high-stakes challenges that could define his career, while also acknowledging Stevenson as a highly skilled and dangerous rival. Both fighters' dedication to their craft and proven consistency have kept fans eager for the showdown, reinforcing why a fight between them would be one of the most compelling and talked about matchups in modern boxing.
Haney gonna concede to that? I doubt it. So there's a major obstacle in the way. But nonetheless, as you watch these two fighters fight, you can clearly see, outside of cheating, they're more than likely not going to lose, right? With that said, Devin Haney immediately responds to Shakur, Shakur responds to Devin, right? Again, we had the initial four kings. It was Devin, Ryan, T.O., and Tank Davis, right? It was supposed to be the Four Kings 2.0, from the Marvin Hagler, Tommy Hearn, Sugar Ray Leonard, Roberto Duran.
Shakur Stevenson has also addressed Haney's comments, making it clear that he's aware of the discussion and open to the idea of a future matchup. His response shows he isn't avoiding the fight, but rather waiting for the right moment when it makes sense both competitively and financially. The exchange between the two fighters highlights a level of mutual respect, while also showing the strategic thinking that often drives major bouts. Their back and forth emphasizes that elite boxing isn't just about talent inside the ring. It's also about timing, negotiations, and careful career planning. Both athletes appear focused and ready, taking the time to measure risks and potential rewards before fully committing. Fans watching this build-up can see that every move is calculated and every statement carries weight, underlining how much thought goes into planning a fight at this level. It's a combination of skill, strategy, and patience that sets top fighters apart.
For this, plenty of times, I asked him, do you feel like you're Wilfred Benitez? Because we had that 4-king era, but nobody mentions Wilfred Benitez. And the fact remains is Wilfred Benitez beat Roberto Duran as well. And Roberto Duran is 1-4 against those guys. He beat Sugar Ray Leonard the first time. Outside of that, Roberto Duran, he lost to he quit against Sugar Ray Leonard. He got knocked out brutally by Tommy Hearns. He got outboxed by Marvin Hagler and outclassed by Wilfred Benitez. Right? But he's overshadowing Wilfred Benitez. And I felt like these guys, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Tank, and Tio, overshadowed Shakur Stevenson. And now Shakur Stevenson has shined a light by dominating Teofimo Lopez.
Shakur Stevenson put on an impressive, dominant display in his recent fight against Teofimo Lopez. Trainer Boosie Andes highlighted just how remarkable the performance really was. What stood out most was that Stevenson seemed to fight for long stretches almost like only one hand was fully active, yet he stayed completely in control. His jab was crisp, sharp, and constantly in Lopez's face, letting Stevenson dictate both the distance and the pace from start to finish. Every movement had purpose. His footwork, timing, and defensive awareness showed a level of discipline and ring IQ that completely neutralized Lopez's athleticism and aggression. Critics who had long questioned Stevenson's resume, saying he hadn't faced elite competition, saw a different story here. This fight shifted that narrative entirely. Stevenson proved he can dominate skilled opponents while showcasing the precision, intelligence, and technical mastery that make him one of the smartest and most talented fighters in the sport today.
I see greatness, man. I see greatness. Shakur practically beat you with one hand, man. That jab, man. Most important hand you have, man. You know? And he looked good doing it, sharp. You know what I mean? Distance. He did everything, man. He did everything right, man.
A lot of people thought it would be a tough fight because Tio's athletic, Tio's experienced, he's fought on a high level. And, you know, they were critical of Shakur. Oh, he ain't fought nobody and this and that.
Yeah.
He made Tio look like everybody else.
Made him look like an amateur. Made him look like an amateur. Yes.
Now, technically, what did you see? Right? Where did Tio go wrong in that fight?
Where he went wrong?
Yeah.
Fighting Shakur. That's where he went wrong. Fighting Shakur. I knew he just running his mouth. He just was talking, man. I knew that from the beginning, even the time when he talked.
Even while dealing with a minor injury to his left hand, Shakur Stevenson stayed in full control of the fight from start to finish. He leaned heavily on his jab, firing it consistently, while only using the left hand sparingly because of discomfort. Trainer Boosie Andes pointed out that Stevenson could likely have gone for a stoppage if he really wanted. But instead, he fought smart, prioritizing control and precision over taking unnecessary risks. This performance showcased more than just his technical skills. It highlighted his ring IQ, patience, and calm under pressure. Stevenson adapted his strategy, protected the injury, and still dominated his opponent through flawless timing, sharp footwork, and defensive awareness. Fans in Philadelphia and around the world got to witness a masterclass in boxing strategy, one that reinforced Stevenson's place among the sport's elite. The fight wasn't just a win, it was a statement, proving that even when not at 100%, Stevenson can outthink and outclass top-level competition with style and intelligence.
Yeah. Shakur knows you could have got stoppage too, but Shakur hurt his left hand. His left hand was hurt. If you notice, he was using that jab a lot.
Yeah, jab and then the hook.
And he threw the left hand every now and then. Because I was screaming out. Everybody said they heard me in Philly.
Yo, we can hear you on the TV.
Yeah, that's my young buck. You know what I mean? And I was telling him, throw that straight left hand. Then I noticed when he did throw it, he wasn't throwing it real hard. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But he looked spectacular, man. You know what I mean? He can't ask for nothing more, man. And with me, I don't care about what people say, man. They always going to talk about you and say, oh, he should have did this, should have did that. He did everything that he was supposed to do, and he did it right.
Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney has quickly become one of the most talked about matchups in boxing. Fans can't wait to see it because both fighters are incredibly skilled, lightning fast, and extremely disciplined inside the ring. Stevenson is known for his precise accuracy and tight defensive technique, while Haney relies on perfect timing, smooth footwork, and smart combinations. Their contrasting styles make the fight unpredictable, which only adds to the hype. Analysts and fans are constantly comparing their past performances and debating who would control the pace once the bell rings. Every punch, every movement could shift momentum, and even the smallest mistake might decide the outcome. The stakes for this fight are massive, not just for titles, but for pride, rankings, and long-term legacy. It's a matchup that promises high-level strategy, technical mastery, and pure excitement, giving boxing fans a showdown they've been waiting for and a chance to see two of the sport's brightest talents face off at the very top.
So it's like maybe something that Devin can definitely go out up there with ease, only need to deal with the size, but he's probably going to have the speed advantage because he's a smaller guy coming up. So, I mean, you tell me, do you feel like that's going to be harder than the Lomachenko fight?
No. I think Loma probably be his hardest top 2 or 3 fights in his whole career. I could predict that even going to the end, you know, to say if Devin fight 8, 9, 10 more years, that'd be one of his top 2 or 3 hardest fights because the age that he fought him. Loma was at his very peak. He was at his peak. He was older. He was right there at his top peak.
So should Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson face off next? And if they do finally step into the ring, who comes out on top? This video on Boxing Ring is created for educational, informational, and commentary purposes only. All boxing highlights, analysis, and discussions are shared for sports awareness, news, and review. We do not promote violence, harmful behavior, or unsafe imitation. All content is used in accordance with YouTube's fair use and community guidelines and fully researched based from updated resources. Viewer discretion is advised.